This is Jarrod Horak, and I'm back with my second video this week. I took a look at the Dubyuhnell Stakes from Aqueduct for my Road to the Kentucky Oaks 2023 video series. And now my Kentucky Derby video series will continue with the Remsen Stakes for Saturday, December 3rd. And in this Kentucky Derby points race, 10 points for the winner, 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for finishing fifth. Now, if you're interested in my full card analysis from Del Mar, and that's going to be their final 3 days of their Bing Crosby season, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. If you're interested in those full cards, you will find those this week at therunawayrhorse.com on my sales page. You can purchase individual full cards or weekly package or the weekend package. Runawayhorse.com on my sales page if you're interested in that. And now we're going to do the analysis for this video. And as I said, this is the Kentucky Derby points race video series. And then last week, I did the Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes from Churchill Downs, and my top choice, Instant Coffee, did get the job done, and I gave out the trifecta as well. Now, Instant Coffee for trainer Brad Cox, it was more of a workman-like effort. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't that particularly fast. Hoosier Philly ran a much faster, and she was much more visually impressive in the Goldenrod Stakes for the Kentucky Oaks video series. So for Instant Coffee, he's just going to have to continue to improve for Brad Cox if he expects to make the Kentucky Derby next year. Now for the Remsen Stakes, last year's winner did make an impact on the Triple Crown Series. That was Mo Donegal for trainer Todd Pletcher. He won the Belmont Stakes, and he also won the Wood Memorial prior to finishing off the board in the Kentucky Derby. So Mo Donegal did win the Belmont Stakes coming out of this race. And now let's see if there's another Mo Donegal in this year's Remsen Stakes, and it will be the 7th race from Aqueduct. That will be for Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. This is a Grade 2, $250,000 race for 2-year-olds traveling 1 mile and an eighth on the main track. The 7th race is scheduled for 2:44 p.m. Eastern Time. Il Miracolo is number 1. This one is a son of Gun Runner, and he's run 4 times, and he ran well all 4 times. He finished second in his first 3 starts. They were at 5.5 furlongs, 6.5 furlongs, and then a 1-turn mile. They were all at Gulfstream, and then along with his maiden win at Gulfstream in a 1-turn mile last time, where he set the pace and he opened up and he won by 5 lengths. So that was a nice effort. His speed ratings are improving, and now he's going to stretch out around 2 turns, and he's probably going to try to impact the pace. But his trainer typically struggles in the graded stakes ranks. Javier Castellano will ride, and possibly he's a pace factor from the rail. Tuskegee Airmen is number 2 in here. Luis Saez, John Service. This one is a son of Street Sense, and Medaglia d'Oro is the dance sire. So a nice pedigree here, and he's run to his pedigree in his first 2 starts. They paid $290,000 for this one, and he began at 7 furlongs at Parks, and he rallied in a 14-horse field. He rallied from off the pace. He was sitting in mid-pack, and he won by more than 5 lengths. The runner-up was a next-out winner, and this one was a next-out winner in the Rocky Run Stakes, 1 mile on a good track at Delaware Park, second time out. He stalked the pace. It looked like he was kind of stuck in second gear halfway through the race, and then he was able to kick it in high gear and win by more than 3 lengths going away. So that was a nice effort, second time out. He earned decent late pace ratings in both races. I don't think he's going to have too much trouble with the added ground, and if he can get some pace help in here, he could easily win again. Prove Right, this one, last time out, in the Grade 3 Nashua Stakes in a 1-turn mile at Aqueduct. He set the pace, and the pace was legitimate that day, 23 and change, 46 and change, 111, and he just couldn't keep going in the stretch. He ended up finishing 3rd. He was beaten a couple lengths, and he was well clear of the rest. So not a terrible effort at all, but he's going to have to run faster, and the pace scenario in here, I can see some others challenging him if he goes out like he did last time, and he probably will. He's going to see stretching out from 1 turn to 2 turns, and he'll probably show some speed. He's got a decent enough draw. They paid $15,000 for him. He's already earned $110,000, so he's definitely an overachiever. Number 4, Arctic Arrogance for trainer Linda Rice. The sire's Frosted here, and then the dam sire's Uncle Mo. So I like this pedigree, and he's run well in all 3 starts. This is a New York bred. He ran against State Bred Company all 3 times. His career debut, that was at Saratoga in the mud. 6 furlongs, he wired the field. Good effort there. Second time out, a stakes race against State Bred Company, and in that race set the pace, was clearly second best. And then last time in the Sleepy Hollow from the inside post, 1-turn mile. dueled on the lead and pulled clear and won by more than 4. So he's run well in all 3 starts. He earned quality He earned a quality speed rating in that last start and a nice late pace rating as well. So he's one that is going to be up on the pace in here. He's facing open company and he's stretching out around 2 turns for the first time, but he's run fast and he's got some ability, obviously, and we'll see if this New York bred is up to challenging open company. Midnight Trouble is next. Paco Lopez. Peter Walder is the trainer, and he's hit the board in all 6 starts, winning 2 of those races. The 2 wins were a maiden race at Delaware and then a 1-mile race, optional claiming race at Delaware. His last 2 starts against Stakes Company, he was a close 3rd at Delaware, and then that same oval as he's run in all of his races. That was the Rocky Run Stakes last time. He finished a clear 2nd, and after battling on the lead. So he's one that in his last time and then his race around his other race in a 1-mile race, he set the pace. So in both of those 1-mile races, he was out there setting the pace. And I think in this mile and in 8th race, they're going to probably try to want to get him involved early. He's one that's another one that they didn't pay much for, $13,000. He's earned $109,000. Quick to Accuse. He's another one that has some speed. Accelerate is the sire. Spitestown, the dam sire. More of a sprint-oriented pedigree here. Won his actually in his debut in the slop, he was 4th, and then he won on a fast track 2nd time out at 1 mile against New York bred company. Won by more than 9 lengths, and then in the Sleepy Hollow Stakes, he was 2nd best there, stalking the pace. He made a middle move, and he just stayed there and finished 2nd. And now they're going to stretch him out around 2 turns, and he should be part of the pace. They paid $200,000 for this one. Dubyuhnell is number 7, and this one Jose Ortiz will ride for trainer Danny Gargan, and this one is a son of Good Magic, and Forest Wildcat is the dam sire. So I'm not thrilled about his ability to go a mile and an 8th, but his career debut, 7 furlongs, he was 4th at 17-1, and then I thought he really ran well 2nd time out. It was in the slop, a race originally scheduled for the turf. They put blinkers on. He ran a quality race. He rallied from 6th place from the outside post to win going away by more than 2 lengths. They paid $400,000 for this one, so they definitely saw something, and he showed some ability 2nd time out. But still, he was facing much inferior company on a wet track. We'll see how he ends up doing in this spot. So I think this one could come down to the New York bred Arctic Arrogance, who should be up on the pace, and Tuskegee Airmen. And I'm going to go with the 2 Tuskegee Airmen as my top choice. I liked both of his efforts. I like the fact that he can pass horses, and there are a few horses in this race that should be on or near the lead. Again, they paid $290,000 for this one. Good pedigree with Street Sense as the sire, Medaglia d'Oro the dam sire, John Service, a decent trainer in the graded ranks. He shows a flat bet profit when you play his horses in the graded stakes ranks. And then Luis Saez, who rode this one in the career debut, and he didn't ride 2nd time out. He's going to jump back aboard today. So I think he's going to sit the right trip behind the speed, and then maybe he can run down Arctic Arrogance, my 2nd choice. And then I'm going to make Dubyuhnell my 3rd choice. I thought that was a good effort last time. Definitely facing much better company here. Maybe he can rally from off the pace and get a piece of this at a nice price. So we'll make a win wager on number 2. We'll play an exacta with the 2 and 4 with the 2, 4, 7, and then a trifecta 2, 4 with 7. So that will wrap up my look at the Grade 2 Remsen Stakes this year. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. I'm going to be posting these Road to the Derby and Oaks videos. Each points race I'm going to cover in video format, just like I usually do. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel each week that they're running these Oaks and points race videos. So I'm going to be covering them all. So that will wrap up this video. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races.